Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Candy J, coming to you from the executive suites of KMWR Media Studios. So that's also where I have an office here. If you have not been to our beautiful studios, you definitely need to come. And if you need a session, this is where my office is. Of course, not in this room, but we have a whole area, right? So if you are not sure who I am, my name is Candy J. I am a certified clinical sexologist and a relationship coach, certified through the Dr. Rachel Institute and the American Colleges of Sexology. I specialize in putting the oohs and the ahs back into your relationship. I do this by helping you to foster better communication, through one-on-ones, through group seminars, through workshops, sex education, sex therapy, infidelity. I specialize in life after infidelity, dating after divorce, premarital and marital coaching, and so much more, guys. If you need to know more about my services, please follow the link at the bottom of the screen, which, oh, guys, I did not put on there. Oh, no. So let's add that now. Ding dong, the ticker is going across the screen now. Yeah. You can also reach me through that number. It is also a cell phone, so you can text me and ask me your questions about booking sessions, whatever you need to do. Today, I won't be before you long. I just want to talk about drop the rope real quick. So a lot of you guys know that I'm also a marriage bootcamp coach. I'm a Mocha marriage trainer, life coach, so many avenues that I have ventured down that my life is all about healing hurting people, right? And so one of the things that we do at Marriage Boot Camp, we play this little game called Tug of War, right? And if you think about tug of war, right, most people claim to be open minded. But when it comes to disagreements, right, they stubbornly cling on to their own opinions. Okay. And just because somebody invites you into an argument doesn't mean you have to go. You don't have to accept the invitation to go to the argument. And what happens is sometimes it's best to just drop the rope. Why? And come back to it, right? Because we go, we tug and tween and tug and go. Are we going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere, right? With this whole tug of war. When you're in a relationship, when you're with your significant other, the point is to complement and compromise with one another. You're not always, let's be clear, we're not always going to agree with each other, right? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We wouldn't be human if we did. I think yesterday I talked about genetic makeups and environment, how, all of those things shape what you're thinking, right? And so there is no way that we're always going to agree with something. But if you are willing to keep an open mind, right, you can always come to some sort of a compromise, right? And think about this. Who in your life has the ability to suck you into like power struggles? Most of the time, that's your significant other. Sometimes it's our kids. Every blue moon, it could be your best friend, and your best friend should also be your significant other. Although we have other best friends, right? But most of the time, it's your significant other that can suck you in to those power struggles, right? And so, drop the rope, and the next time that your significant other gets you into that place where you're doing this tug of war, think about ways that you can drop the rope. How can you do that? Number one, you can take a step back and go, let's pause on this. I teach a technique called pause. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I will give you a video about that tomorrow. But there's a pause where you can table the issue, right, and come back to it within an open mind to actually working things out, right? And coming to some sort of compromise. Even if it's agree to disagree, You know, if it's a major issue, you got to come to some type of resolution, right? Let's think about, oh well, I don't want my kid to go to such and such school. Okay, well, here's the pros and the cons of us taking that child to this school, right? So it's just things that you want to work out and think about, and maybe in that mindset of when you're doing your tug of war, you just couldn't think clearly to all the pros and the cons, and you weren't actually hearing, you weren't listening to the person that was in front of you speaking all of these things. They could be saying all the right things or all the good things about this particular issue, but because your mind is set on this is what I want, you weren't hearing the other person. You weren't actually actively listening to that other person. So tug of war only hurts you, it doesn't help you, right? And so you should always find different ways to communicate with that other person. It may not be that time to do it. Sometimes it also might be, okay, you know what? I don't agree with you, but let me do some research on whatever it is that we're arguing about. And you might come to find out that your partner is right. Or you might have some more, I don't want to call it ammunition, but it could be factual research, right? To go, okay, well, this is my backup here. Because in this ISD or this school district, their teachers have not been sufficient in XYZ. Here's the data. At this particular school, they are not equipped to handle our autistic child. If y'all know my story, then you know why I mentioned that, right? There are many things, right, that you can pause in that moment instead of tug of warring. Okay, let's bring this to a compromise. This is why I don't want. Okay, maybe it's finding another school instead that meets both of your requirements. We're just talking, I'm just giving you an example, right? But that tug of war does not help anybody. What helps is active communication, active listening to the other person. And sometimes I find that writing things down help the situation be even better, because now you can see visually on a piece of paper, I'm going, okay, they are right here, but then maybe we can do this here, and you work together to come to a compromise. Okay, so I told you, I'm never going to be before you long. I just wanted to give you a quick tip. So again, the next time that your significant other, your person, it tries to engage you and entrap you, and I don't mean entrapment for real, but entice you into that tug of war, pause for just 1 second and take the time out to think about other alternative ways for this not to turn into a tug of war, but to work together towards a compromise. My name is Katie J. Have a great day.